morning, High Tides, and welcome to this week's episode of Beach Show News. Last month was Black History Month, and Ms. Johnson had her students do a project about significant African American figures, and it was a great learning experience for them. So let's take a look at some of the projects.
In celebration of Black History, the project was about Black-owned companies researched by my students.
The person I chose was Aubrey Williams.
I assigned this project to my students because I view my students as future business leaders of the whole United States and of course around the world. And this is just to educate them, to let them understand that they can be whoever they want to be.
What person did you choose?
The person I chose is David Stewart.
The person I chose was Rich Paul.
I have future entrepreneurs, I have future doctors, managers. They just have so many different ideas, and I want to make sure that they understand what it takes to become a business leader wherever they decide to do.
What person did you choose?
I chose Angela Samuels.
Well, I would like to thank all of my AOHT students and my FIU dual enrollment students for doing a phenomenal job with their Black History project. And always remember that anything is possible once you put your mind to it. You are more than a conqueror.
Another cool thing that happened last month involves our very own activities director, Ms.Mac. She helped her school by donating backpacks filled with supplies to some of our students in need. Let's learn more about it.
I am the activities director here at Miami Beach Senior High. My name is Ms.Mac. So this backpack thing is called the 10,000 Backpack Build. And what it was, an organization called Kids in Need Foundation. They go year-round and they go to different parts all over the country trying to provide school supplies for public schools. So in this case we did a 10,000 backpack build, and what it meant was we actually put supplies in to literally 10,000 backpacks, and it happened all here at Miami Beach Senior High.
So tell me about the process, like setting up the bags.
Okay, so setting up the bags, initially we started with a truckload the day before. So within a 24-hour time span, they brought 27 pallets. And pallets are like these huge containers of boxes. And all those boxes, all 27 pallets, were unloaded onto our gym. And in those pallets were the contents of book bags, folders, notebooks, pens, glues, scissors, folders, and these little UV boxes that already have supplies built in. So we helped unload the pallets the night before, put everything in the gym, set everything up, and then our students, from very early morning, the PE department was so gracious to allow their students to come in and what they call is assemble the pick line. So when you assemble the pick line is basically they have to literally unload the supplies and put them in the order. So that way when the next class would come in, they would just say, okay, I'm going to pick up a pen, a glue stick, a folder, a binder, and then at the end, you put it in the backpack, and then you put the backpack inside the box. And once the box gets to about 10 backpacks, you go ahead and you move that box to the center of the gym, and someone comes to pick them up. And the people who were picking them up were literally our students loading them into the trucks that were going to go to the other schools here in Dade County.
Where did the donations come from?
So there was quite a few people who donated supplies. Five Below donated 10,000 backpacks. BIC, the pen company, they donated hundreds of thousands of pens because there was about 6 pens in every book bag. UB, Sure Tape, but we know them as duct tape, like the duct tape brand. And they donated money, supplies. I want to say they were the ones who donated the glue sticks and the scissors. The education fund is something that's based here. We have one in Miami, and they donated money as well. Mercy Chefs, they came in with their team in like a 70-foot trailer, and they made all of the delicious food that the kids were able to eat. Scholastic Book Fairs also donated for the very little ones. They donated books. Miami-Dade College partnered as well, and they had flyers and promotional things. And then Kids in Need, as the foundation, they took care of all the other offsets. So all of the book bags went back to schools here in Miami-Dade County. One of them happened to be Feinberg-Fisher, which is one of our feeder pattern schools. And then the rest of them were distributed through 10 other schools. Out of the 10,000 backpacks, they left 1,000 back here for Miami Beach Senior High, which were in my office. And now we're at the final phases where we have so many. I will store some And the other ones that I have left, again, 1,000 book bags is a lot of book bags. I had over 102 boxes in this very office. I have been distributing to other neighboring schools that are in need, and the students do need the backpacks. Yesterday, we went ahead and distributed some over to JFK Middle, and now they have, and they'll be getting some. Ada Merritt will be receiving, and any other neighboring school that I have that needs backpacks, I'm more than happy to give them, because that's part of the idea. Career-wise, for me, probably highlight in my 10 years of education.
Do you have any bags left?
Absolutely, I have over 300 bags left.
Can I have one?
Absolutely. By the way, I noticed that you're wearing your school uniform and your ID.
Yes.
Dr. Rodriguez will be very proud.
Here you go, Dr. Rodriguez.
Thank you to Ms.Mac and all those who contributed. Now let's talk about our Dean of Discipline, Mr. Adkins. We were able to interview him and ask him a few questions regarding discipline within our school. Let's see what he has to say about it.
So, you got attention on your violation. Are you going to go to it? Probably not. Should you? Yes, you should. We got an interview with Mr. Adkins himself, the Dean of Discipline. And, well, we think he's a nice guy. So, Mr. Adkins,
Yes.
what did you do before coming to BTI?
Well, I was a football coach for many, many years in Dade County. I coached a bunch of different schools, and it was very enjoyable. We had a lot of success. I was very fortunate to coach actually some NFL players, which is always fun, because when you have great athletes, it make you a better coach. Then I earned my master's in administration, and I was an assistant principal at a charter school for a few years.
What inspired you to fill in the position of the Dean of Discipline?
Well, after Dr. Rodriguez's first year here, she called me in and she asked me, she said, Coach, do you prefer coaching and teaching, or would you rather be, a Dean of Discipline and help me out with that? And I told her, I love teaching and I love coaching. Those are two of my favorite things to do. But if you need somebody to help you to make the school better, I'm more than willing to do it. So I decided to take her up on the job offer.
So, what is SCSI?
SCSI stands for School Center for Special Instruction. It's a place where students have to come sometimes when, they've been in violation of school policy or school rules, and spend some away time away from the classroom. I kind of almost equated, I've thought about it many times, it's almost like when you're a kid and it's almost like a timeout. They say, no, you can't be around everybody else, you gotta take a little break, and then you get to go back.
Well, that does answer my next question with sort of, what is the objective of SCSI?
Well, the objective is, we want, first of all, let me make this clear. We don't want any students in CSI. My idea of the perfect CSI day, there's one person here, myself, maybe my office aides are here who help me take care of things as well, but I don't want any students here ever. Our goal as an administration is we want everybody in the classroom all the time, making great grades, preferably A's and B's, if not straight A's, and not having any behavior problems at all. And that way if they want to, everybody's going to college for free or university for free, and they're very successful in life. So we don't want anybody here. That's the objective. Our objective is to deter anybody from coming here.
I see. All right, well, the last two questions are, do you think SCSI has made students rethink their actions?
Well, I can't speak for everyone at the school, but I have had some students say to me, I never want to come back here again. And I tell them the easy way to do that is just make sure you're not in violation of any of the school policies or rules, and you won't be here. I mean, it's a guesstimate, but I think I only really deal with about 25 to 30% of our school enrollment. There are many, 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 many students. I have no idea who they are because I never see them, and apparently they're doing what they're supposed to do around the school. And like we said, our goal is we want 100% of that.
Yeah.
We want everybody doing a great job all the time. Yeah, I've had students that come in here and once again say, hey, I don't want to be here. And I have students also, once they find out they're going to have to be here, all of a sudden they start serving their detentions and they don't come here.
Well, Mr. Adkins, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
No. So, you guys still don't want to go to detention? Don't forget, it's not just violations in uniform. You also could get caught skipping and messing with your teacher. It'll mess you up.
Guys, please follow the rules. It's not that hard, man. Anyways, now let's take a look at this week's episode of This Week in History by Sebastian.
On February 4th, 1913, Rosa Parks, an American activist parting in the civil rights movement as the First Lady of Civil Rights, was born. Her story starts at the Montgomery bus. She was sitting at the front of the bus until a white man demanded her to get up so he can have a seat. She refused because she didn't believe she should have to move because of her race, even though that was the law. Rosa Parks changed the world by starting a bus boycott and fought to change the rules to equal rights on the buses and public facilities. On February 18, 1931, Toni Morrison was an American novelist, essayist, book editor, and college professor. Her first novel, The Bluest Eye, was published in 1970. The critically acclaimed Song of Solomon brought her national attention and won the National Book Critics Circle Award. On February 26, 1926, Carter Godwin Woodson, also known as the father of Black history, was an American historian, author, journalist, and the founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, created Negro History Week. The program was later expanded and renamed Black History Month. He was one of the first scholars to study the history of African diaspora, including African American history. Woodson lobbied schools and organizations to participate in a special program to encourage the study of African American history. On February 27, 1988, Deborah Janine Thomas is an American former figure skater and physician. She is the 1986 world champion, the 1988 Olympic bronze medalist, and two-time U.S. national champion. Her rivalry with East Germany's Katharina Witt at the 1988 Calgary Olympics was known as the Battle of the Carmens. On February 8, 1986, Oprah Winfrey becomes the first African-American woman to host a nationally syndicated talk show. Born on January 29, 1954, billionaire media executive and philanthropist Oprah Winfrey is best known for hosting her own internationally popular talk show from 1986 to 2011. From there, she launched her own television network, O.W.N.
I hope you guys learned about some important history from the month of February, like Black history. And that concludes our episode of Beach Film News today, guys. Oh wait, there's one more thing. Spring break is coming up, so set your alarm clocks 1 hour ahead, otherwise you'll be late for school and you'll have to suffer from the wrath of the Dean of Blue. Alright, we'll just...
Yeah, just...